Yo, what's good, YouTube? I'm back, man. You already know, man. It's your boy, 13 Rounds of Boxing, coming at you after like 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm back, man. Um, I want to talk about Terence Bud Crawford versus Errol the Truth Spence Jr. This fight needs to happen, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it, man. I just want these two guys. They're both in their primes. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford's getting older. Spence is, I believe he's 30 years old now. And Crawford is about 34, 33, somewhere around there. So, I mean, this fight needs to happen now, man. You know what I mean? Like, I've been hearing Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford, which, I would love to see that fight next. My early predictions for that is I think Terence Bud Crawford would win because, Pacquiao's like 42 years old, probably going to be 43 by the time he fight Bud, so I just think that's too much for, Pacquiao to overcome as great as he is, you know what I'm saying? Age eventually catches up to you, but of course, I want to see that fight. For Terence Crawford, and for Pacquiao. I want to see unification at 147. You know what I mean? So, right now it looks like Errol Spence Jr. versus Dennis Ugaz is next, I believe, because they stripped Pacquiao. I believe Pacquiao is the WBA super, and Ugaz is elevated to the world champion. The WBA regular world champion. So I believe Errol Spence's next fight is Ugaz. Okay. Who do I blame for this, for Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence? Why it hasn't happened yet? I believe it's, to be honest with you, I blame it on Errol Spence, man. I think Errol Spence is ducking the smoke. Straight up, man. Straight up. You know why I say that is because I remember Terence Crawford was going at everyone on Twitter, right? And then he said, how about you? And he was talking about Spence. You ain't got no fight coming up. Why don't we just go ahead and make this fight happen? And, Bud Crawford, Errol Spence, when he beat Danny Garcia, he was talking about riding horses and, he wasn't thinking about Terence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? And now he wants like 80-20, 70-30. It's like, come on, dude. I mean, Terence Crawford, bro, is number one or number, in the top 2 or 3 pound for pound on everybody's list. You know what I'm saying? He was, unified 140, so he had all the belts at 140. You know what I mean? And then he jumped up to 47, beat Jeff Horn, who beat Pacquiao, but we all know Pacquiao got robbed. You know what I'm saying? Because Pacquiao was beating his ass, all over the place in that 9th round. It almost knocked him out. We know Pacquiao got robbed. And then, Terence Crawford made quick work of Jeff Horn. So, that was easy work for Bud Crawford. It was easy work, And then, he beat him. And then, Crawford, once he beat Jeff Horn, who else did he fight at 147? I'm trying to think. My fault, y'all. My mind's a little cloudy. He beat Jeff Horn. He beat oh man, excuse me, y'all. My fault. He beat Jeff Horn, and he beat Kavalauskas. He did get knocked down in that 2nd round. That was a knockdown. But then after that, Crawford, he got that mean streak. You know what I'm saying? And he just, he put the boots to, Kavalauskas, you know what I'm saying? And he made quick work of him too, like he just was dominant after that 2nd round. Yeah, man, I mean, and then he made easy work of Kell Brook, who Errol Spence, Kell Brook was getting on that ass for like a good 6 rounds, you know what I'm saying? He was catching Earl, with some clean shots, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Kell Brook did, catch Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford had that little mouse on his eye, but, Crawford, is an animal, man, and he, you know, he made quick work of Kell Brook. It was like 3-4 rounds. It was over. It was crazy, man. I couldn't believe that. Even Triple G didn't do that, even though Triple G broke his eye socket. You know what I'm saying? Triple G's a monster, but yeah, man. I mean, you know, we need to see this fight, man. You know, I don't mind if, you know, Terence Crawford fights Pacquiao next, and then Errol Spence fights Ugas next. You know what I'm saying? But 2021 needs to be the year that, you know, Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, they need to meet, man. Because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this back and forth, you know what I'm saying, with all these different boxing channels, you know what I'm saying, you know, saying, hey, you know, it's Errol Spence's fault. No, it's Crawford's fault. He doesn't want to cross the street. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we don't need all that, bro. It's enough. You know, like, I just feel like this fight needs to happen now. You know what I'm saying? It has to happen now. You know what I'm saying? If Terence Crawford doesn't fight Pacquiao next, then he needs to fight Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? He's out there. He ain't got no fight. You know what I'm saying? But Porter's kind of quiet right now. You know, I need him to speak up. And, you know, Crawford needs to fight somebody from the PBC, man. Keith Thurman's out there. But Showtime Sean Porter's out there. You know what I'm saying? Even the young guns like Jaron Ennis is out there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, something needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? Crawford needs a fight. Bob Arum needs to, you know, get Crawford in the ring with one of these, you know, one of these 2 or 3 guys that I just mentioned. You know what I'm saying? He needs Sean Porter. He needs Pacquiao. You know, Jaron Ennis is out there. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia is going up to 54, so that's not going to happen at 47. You know, I feel like that fight needs to happen. One of those 3 fights needs to happen. And for Errol Spence, I think it's Ugas or Dennis Ugas, Pacquiao, or you know, even Jaron Ennis, man. You know, I love Jaron Ennis, man. He's got a fight coming up with Sergey Lipinets, which is, you know, is next week, y'all. So, you know, it's on Showtime. That's gonna be lit, man. That's gonna be a good test for Jaron Ennis to see where he's at in the welterweight division. You know, yeah, man. But yeah, man, we need to see this Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence like ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Let me see who else. What else, y'all? I think that's it, man. But you know, we need to see that fight, man, real soon. You know. Yeah, man. As far as Pacquiao goes, you know, I mean, you know, a lot of people say, oh man, he's gonna fight Mikey. You know, got smoked by, you know, Spence, but. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao's 42, man, 43. He's already an all-time great. He's up there already. You know what I mean? He's a boss. You know what I'm saying? So he could fight who he want to fight. You know what I'm saying? If he fight Mikey Garcia, man, so be it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind seeing Pacquiao fight Mikey, you know what I'm saying, as a tune-up, and then fight like Bud or Spence, you know, after that. Or even if he decides to lace him up, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because he did his work. You know what I'm saying? He's been fighting since 1996, 95, something like that, something crazy like that. So, I mean, Pacquiao's his own boss, man. He could do what he wants. You know what I'm saying? You know, I respect, you know, his legacy and, you know, what he means to the game. I mean, he ain't ducked nobody. Nobody. So if he fought Crawford, that would not surprise me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, you know, in the, you know, boxing community think that, you know, Pacquiao's ducking Bud Crawford, but that's not true. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. Yeah, man. That's pretty much it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm back, man. I'm going to start making these videos, you know, like random. Since I got time, you know what I'm saying? My little son is out there and he's sleeping, so I got time to do this video. You know, but yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. You know, I want to see Terence Crawford, Errol Spence sometime this year, and Pacquiao. You know, he could fight Mikey as a tune-up, probably. That's what I'm thinking, because he's 42, 43, so he needs like a tune-up, because he's you know, up there in age. So, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'm just giving y'all a summary of the welterweight division. You know, 147. You know, Jaron Ennis is coming up. Sergey Lipinets and Ennis is happening next week. You know, that's gonna be crazy good test for Jaron Ennis just to see where he's at. You know, because Sergey Lipinets is like a veteran. So, you know, that's gonna be a great fight. You know what I'm saying? Ennis, I have high hopes for Ennis, Jaron Ennis. Let me see what else. Danny's moving up in weight. Sean Porter ain't got no fight, so you know he could fight Pacquiao. He could fight Sean Porter. You know, somewhere around that. You know, one of those two. You know, he could fight. Trying to think what else, man. You know, I think that's it. You know, because Bud has that. Bud has one belt. Ugas has the other belt, and then Spence has those other two belts. You know, so yeah, man. I mean, we just needed. Bottom line is, we need to see that fight. We need to see Bud versus Spence. You know, we need to see that fight next, man. So, yo, this is 13 rounds of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out, man. All right, salute to everyone out there. All right, peace, man.